Hi students, today's flip is going to be on O to UE stem changing verbs or boot verbs. So for these notes, I just want you to make sure that you're following along. You're going to do something a little bit different and kind of take your own notes. So I want you to write down the things that you think are important. So it's your responsibility to make sure that you have everything that you think you need to know written down. So as a reminder, remember that there are no stem changing verbs in the present tense of English, but in Spanish there are a few different types, actually 3 different present tense types of stem changers, the second of which we're learning right now, which is O to UE stem changers. And these happen in all types of verbs, AR, ER, and IR. So remember, when a verb is a boot verb, that means that in our chart, only the forms inside the boot will change, okay? For an O to UE boot verb, the O that's in the verb is going to change to a UE. So some verbs that we have might be things like almorzar, which means to eat lunch. And we also have dormir, which means to sleep. We have the verb poder, which means can or to be able to. Some other verbs that we have, this one we learned last unit, is the verb costar, to cost. So we're going to do an example on the bottom. So an example of a verb with a stem change is the verb poder. And again, this means to be able to. So whenever we conjugate a verb, we use our little chart. We know that the forms inside the boot are going to have a stem change. And so this verb is an O to UE boot verb. Okay? So that means this O right here will change to a UE in all forms inside the boot. So the yo form, puedo, I can or I am able to. To form, puedes, you can or you are able to. El ea usted form, puede, he or she can or is able to. Nosotros form is outside the boot, so we do not change the O to a UE, we're going to leave it in O. So nosotros podemos. Vosotros again is outside the boot, podéis. And then ellos y ustedes is back inside the boot, pueden. So if you remember the E to IE stem changers from last unit, these stem changers will be no problem for you. Make sure that you took good notes and come to class prepared with any questions that you have.